Okay, boys, this video is called Take the Leap. The reason for that is, and what we are going to talk about here, is why should you or why you shouldn't take the leap in terms of trading. What I mean by that is just genuinely start learning everything you need to learn, get yourself a model that's profitable, trade it, and change your life around. Why you should and why you shouldn't. Why you shouldn't, there really isn't a reason why you shouldn't. If you think you can do this, if you are not fit for the 9-to-5 job, if you want to have something of your own, if you want to be your own boss, if you want to have more time with your family, for example, more freedom of your own self, like if you want to do something that you've always wanted to do but you can't because of your job or something like that, so because something is holding you back, take the leap. If you really think you can do this, try it, see for yourself, and take the leap. And I'm always going to say that. The reason is because I was in that position once. I was going to school and I knew I don't want to go to college. I knew I don't want to work a normal job. And that's what I stick to. So from 16 years old, I decided to do that. And it's been the best decision I've ever made in my life. I'm the happiest I've ever been. As like locked in as I ever been. Is that even a word? Whatever. And people around me are actually like, I have the best people around me. That's the point as well. I'm not stuck in any junky like friends or anything like that, and that's a part of it as well. If you start this, you need to know that you are going to lose some friends. They are going to leave you, or you're going to leave them. You have to do that to actually make yourself a better circle around you with like-minded people to actually improve, because they will help you a lot. For example, I have a friend. He started with me back 3 years ago. So once I was 16, he was like 17 or 18. I'm not even sure right now. But he started doing like dropshipping and all that. I started trading immediately. I stuck with that. He decided to switch to web design. And what I'm like telling you guys, even though he has no clue about trading, he helped me a lot in those periods. Why? Well, because let's say if you have someone like that, he's going to be your like another perspective, the giver of another perspective. He's going to be the one that's going to give you another perspective. So if you want to do something and you're not really sure about it or something like that, like you go to him, talk to him, and he's going to give you that like other perspective that you really didn't see. And that's good. That's what you need to grow even more. As well, what's going to help you a lot is having a community, whether it's going to be like you're going to join a mentorship and they are going to have a private community of only the students, or you're going to join, for example, a TTC Discord. Whatever it be, it's going to help you a lot, purely because you are going to have people who surround you who are doing the same thing, which means if you are losing, they are going to lose as well. If you're winning, they're going to win as well. So that's how it goes. Of course, there's some side notes about that. Sometimes you may feel like FOMO or something, fear of missing out, purely because you're not there yet. They are making money, they are passing accounts, but you don't have money right now. You are just learning the model, and even though you're taking the same trades, let's say a demo, and with those same trades they are winning, they are making money, it's gonna feel sometimes hard because of that. But you need to know that you need to calm down, stay on the ground, and just build yourself up. Start with small accounts, go on to bigger accounts, and that's basically what it is. One thing as well, mechanical trading, if I have to give like an advice right now, mechanical trading is the way if you like actually want to make it as fast as possible, if you want to succeed as fast as possible. Of course, this is a slow game. You can't really just rush into things and expect huge returns in a few months, but you need to trust yourself and trust the model. And if you find a mechanical model, it's very easy to succeed fast. For example, my friend, he learned the model in a few weeks and got a payout already. So he's been trading for a month, he's already got a payout. If you like, that's what mechanical trading does. If it's discretion, it's gonna take you a lot more time, and it took me a lot more time actually, and I gave up on discretion completely. For 2.5 years I tried making it in discretion, didn't work for me. Once I found out a mechanical model, everything came clear. Now, I'm not saying that those discretional strategies don't work. I'm just saying they didn't work for me. Whether that be because of my psychology, which I don't think so. I believe I had pretty solid psychology throughout the whole trading journey. I never really, okay, there were times I actually like over traded, over leveraged and stuff like that, but I got those things done in a month just because I was so hungry for the success. I decided to let down all of the emotions and actually do the correct thing. So I can assure you that I was following, for example, TGR strategy to the T every single time, which was honestly hard because it's discretionary. But I did, and I had success for some months, but in the end, it just fell down. Not because of my psychology or something like that, or because I couldn't follow the model, purely because the model didn't work. Didn't work actually. Like, for example, you trade his model, which I did, 2 months profits. Who like he's also celebrating them, posting trade recaps and all that. But then you lose 2 months in a row, and you're like, how is he not losing? He posts wins on trade recaps. So you watch the trade recaps, you see he's changed the strategy. That's the part I did not like, and I started making my own mechanical strategy. I realized that I need to make it as robotic as possible, and I had my strategy. I believe it was just like sweep, break structure, entry instantly, and I had some success with that. But then I reached out. Actually, Berg reached out to me, or I reached out to him. Yeah, I reached out to him. He had a similar strategy to me, which so he was trading TMB already. But I had something similar, which was that mechanical strategy, where it basically sweeps Asia, and then just break structure, enter right there. It's similar to TMB, as you can see. For example, the sweep, it was missing the fake out, the retrace of the fib and all that. And of course, all the backend rules with news and fundeds and everything. And basically, he was my eye opener. When I talked to him, I realized that basically how I would say it usually is this strategy that I had was the beginning of TMB, let's say. Like this strategy, if I worked for a year on the strategy, TMB is where I would end up. That's what I'm gonna say. So instead of doing that for a year, trying to improve the strategy and reaching the TMB myself, I found out that TMB already exists. And I locked in, learned the model completely. It didn't take too long for me because it was pretty similar, and I already knew the concepts and everything, so it was easy for me to learn the model. Of course, the backend rules took a bit longer because I had to join the VIP, learn all the stuff there, and so on, because I did not use anyone's mentorship directly. But in the end, I learned the model and I started making some serious results, and that's where it all that's how it happened. So just so that you know, it took me 3 years to come to this point. If you say like I started trading 3 years ago and right now I'm at this point, but honestly, the whole journey started 6 months ago. So in June is actually where I started trading TMB, and from that point to now, this is all I've achieved. So if you look at it from that perspective, the first 2.5 years I did not achieve anything. I had one so the first 2 years were nothing, and in that half a year I pressed one account and I blown it, and TMB is basically where it's all started from then. So everything I have right now is from TMB, and it happened in 6 months. So what I'm saying is, if you are just starting out, start with this. This is what made me profitable in 6 months. This is what made me achieve this point in 6 months. And the point I'm talking about is, for example, 67R in 6 months. And for example, 500K funded total right now, as of now, from June. So that's what I'm saying, boys. So if you don't want to make the jump because it's gonna take too long or something like that, that's on you. You keep thinking it's gonna take too long, and you have to think it's gonna take long. When I started, I said I'm gonna give this 10 years. Honestly, like not joking. I said I'm gonna give trading 10 years. If it doesn't work, I don't know. I'm gonna work a job or try something else. That's what I did. And as you can see, it took only 3 years for me to reach this point. Does this mean it's gonna take you 3 years? No. Might as well, but you don't know why, because it depends on what you start with. If you start with this, I'm 100% sure it's not gonna take you 3 years. It's gonna take you like 6 months at max to learn the strategy and everything. But even by then, like for example, my mentees and on all, no one has been with me for more than 4 months, and all of them are, of course, not the ones that just started, but all of them that have been with me for 4 months, they are already funded and they already got payouts. So that's how it goes, boys. Like if you really decide to lock in, you can learn this model in 4 months, even less, and you can actually start making money and you can change your life. That's the main thing I want to say. of course, you have to be on the ground and submit yourself to the probabilities, because this is what it is, and submit yourself to knowing that it might not be a good month or a good year. That's what you have to submit yourself to, and that's fine. So it doesn't mean that we don't know what's going to happen in the next 6 months. It can be a few bad months and a few good months, which means it's in the middle somewhere, or it can be a huge improvement like this, for example, in 6 months, 67R. That's huge results. That's 67R is a yearly worth of results. So, and I did it in half a year. So you have to know that it might not be like this, but it's still gonna be good. So maybe you can't change your life as much as I did in 6 months, but that's fine. You can do it in a year, for example, and that's fine. And that's what I want to tell you guys. If you really think you're not set to work in a normal job, to spend time randomly with other people who you don't like, take the leap, start some self-improvement, start going to the gym, start reading some books, start meditating, for example, do deep work, learn the strategy. You have a lot of stuff on YouTube as well. If you can't have any money if you don't have any money to invest in the TTC Discord, or in my mentorship, or in Berg's mentorship, or in Cole's mentorship, or whatever, take the leap, start learning as much as you can, especially if you're young, and by the time you're like 18 or 19, you're going to be in a great position. This doesn't mean that you can start if you're older. You can start if you're older. For example, Chris, the legend himself, he's I believe 40 or something years old. He learned the model as well. He didn't know shit, he didn't know anything, especially about computers, which made it harder for him. But in the end, he learned, and right now he's 200K funded, and he is crushing it. So that is, boys. There's no, with trading, there's no time limit in terms of how long it takes one. It can happen fast. It can happen. It may need more time. It may happen fast, and there's no age limit. If you are 50 years old, you can start today, and by the time you're 60, you can be a millionaire or something like that. So that's the point. If you think you are suitable for this, send me a message, and I can help you do this pretty fast. I can help you change your life. How I changed mine, for example. So, yeah. Is there more to be said? I don't think so. I've covered everything. Don't wait for the new year. Start today. Lock in. Learn the model, and put your hand in your wallet, and you should be good. Your life should change in 2026 if you do these steps I just told you. That's it, boys. Thank you for watching this video.